Before we get to all the other fun stuff, I want to take a second to practice one simple exercise with you. I want you to focus on the motion that goes into how you play a drum. We've talked about how to hold the sticks properly, so now take the tips of the sticks and put them in the center of the snare drum. Now I don't want you to touch the drum like that, just float maybe an inch above it. If you look down at your sticks, you're going to see that they're in a triangle shape. That's what you want. This is your home base. Anytime you play anything, you always end up here. That's important. So now we're going to practice to actually strike the snare drum so that you can focus on your technique and you have an idea of how to do it right. The first thing to know is that you're going to be moving your wrist. So this is about playing with your hand and not your arm. So now take your right stick first. I want you to bend your wrist and point the stick all the way up to the ceiling. Now, do you feel a little winding up in your wrist, almost like a spring that's wound up? Next thing to do is to keep your hold on the stick with your hand. Don't let go of it, but release that tension and let the stick fall back to the triangle. When you do, you want it to land there. Don't let it bounce away, like this. Make sure that you stop the stick down there. This is all about control over how you're moving the drumstick. Now let's try it with your left stick. So bend your wrist and point the stick all the way up. Then without letting go, let it fall back to the triangle. You always want to see every note that you play landing in that triangle. That's important. Now there's one more thing for you to pay attention to when we do it together, and that is the timing. We're going to practice to play the snare drum on the count of 1 and 3. That means that on 2 and 4, you'll be winding up. So check this out. I'll show you the exercise, then you can try the play along, and you can do it together with me at a slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it might also help you to say lift, drop, drop. That way you're timing exactly when you're lifting the stick, and that's called an upstroke. It's important that your upstrokes and your downstrokes are moving in time. You don't want your sticks just moving freely when you play. You have to hone in on the rhythm in how you're moving your body. That's where the rhythm comes from, is you, not the sticks. So let's try this exercise at a slow tempo together, and do your best to stay in sync with me.